Yo, what is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Sooner Surge. And tonight we'll be talking about OU softball as they came off a dominant weekend against Kansas. Senior weekend, they ended it on a bang. So, Braden, we'll just start with you. Can you get some overall thoughts on the weekend?
Wow, what a start. Alex, legit.
She went out in style. Hey, 8 runs in 1 inning. What was that, game 2?
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
yeah.
And obviously what stands out in this series is the Grace Green home run yesterday, okay? You heard Gasso talking about what – think about this, guys. All these gals that have played for the Sooner program in the last, 5 to 10 years, whatever it's been, and Patty Gasso calls her out as like the most selfless, one of the best leaders she's ever had. You talk about your credibility being raised. For Patty Gasso to say that about Grace Green speaks volumes of what she's meant to the program. And I was trying to compare, her senior leadership to maybe someone from another sport. And
Here, I have a perfect name for you. Soon, I know people are going to hate this, but Justin Broyles.
I knew you were going to say Justin Broyles. Yeah,
Brent Venables praised Justin Broyles off the field, in the locker room, the most selfless guy, a great leader. Okay, he may not have been the best on the field. That's fair to say, but the dude led by example and did what was right.
Hey, yeah, I mean, she's a great leader, and for her to hit a home run on senior weekend is awesome. But there are some. So you had the 4 super seniors, right? Storako, Lyons, Grace Green. Who am I missing?
Lions.
Haley Lee.
Haley Lee's the other.
Yeah.
Guys, those are 4 huge names, but think of who else is back. Like, this train's not stopping. It's only going to get more momentum. And what Patty Gasso hinted at to Joe Castiglione, I think is hilarious. And I think it could happen. And I think it would be sold out, is if they were to play a game of
at Memorial Stadium.
Dude. She hinted at it. That's what she was talking about.
Would be sold out
because of the Nebraska volleyball. But she also said that next year they're going to be playing at the new stadium.
Mm-hmm.
It holds about 4,000. It's double or triple what they're holding now. So the program is on the up and up like it has been. There is no dropping ever. The only thing you would say drop this week is they allowed a run. Okay. First
2.
Right. But the stats were this. That was the first game since April 2nd, I think, where they didn't shut out. Okay, they had like 8 consecutive shutouts. The other unbelievable stat was they made their first error since like April 11th.
Yeah.
Okay, when Storako didn't make that throw to first base, and then I think that led to a run. But that is the only way people are going to score on this team, guys.
Yeah.
And if they go that many days, that big of a gap between making errors, they're not losing a series. They're not losing a series.
For sure.
Some other things that stood out. Jada Coleman was on fire. She was like 6 for 9, 6 for 9 on the weekend series. Tiare Jennings was unbelievable. With, I think 3 for 4 today, or 4 for 5 actually today. And then, guys, the pitching was insane. And then another thing, the defense.
Oh, yeah.
What plays can you guys talk about on defense?
Riley Boone.
Oh,
my gosh.
She's the Jim Edmonds.
Hey, guys. Alyssa Brito.
Alyssa Brito, and they've had some great third basemen. She's the best defensively.
Mm-hmm.
That barehanded play she made.
Oh, my gosh.
Guys, you had those two. You had, who was the girl who had that diving catch in right field? That was yesterday, I think. Was that Green? It may have been Grace Green with the diving stop.
Green.
But
yeah. And yeah, no, I think it was Grace Green. The thing that stands out the most to me is I think it's just ridiculous how you can have Jordy Ball, debatably your ace. I mean, technically they have 3 aces, so you can't really call anyone an ace. But she steps up and hits a walk-off home run in the first game to end it. Like your pitcher, like what? Like you can't tell me any other team in the country that even has a pitcher that is a legit scary person at bat that I know of. Obviously, there could be a team that has one, but doesn't Jordy Ball? She bats like 360. I want to say average,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
ridiculous.
Hey, and this is why, again, if Jay was on here, he'd hate me for saying this word because he hates to use it. It's the culture of the program when Patty Gasso continues to switch things up. She even switched up the lineup. Sydney Sanders was back in the 3-hole, okay, where she hadn't been in a long time. She was great, but she continually switches things, and what that tells me is there's no egos. And if there are any egos on this team, they're not too powerful because, like you said, Jordy Ball could hit for any team in America. She's rarely getting a hit at OU, and when she does, she goes yard and hits a walk-off style. I mean, these girls know when they have the chance, they've got to deliver because they don't know when they're going to get it again. But it's so much not about them. It's about the team environment. And again, just continually proving everyone that continues to ask the question of what more can this team do? Mm-hmm. How do you keep delivering on that question? How do you keep doing more when they say there's nothing more you can do? They seem to keep doing it. If you had a wheel that you could spin and say, okay, beat them this way, score 8 runs early, first inning. Let's beat them this way. Or let's methodically beat them. Or let's pitch a shutout and win 2-0. You name it, they do it. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm going to go back to what you said, Jeremy, and just the culture. Jay hates that word. It's his least favorite word, culture, but it's true. I mean, you just talk about championship culture as what Brant Venables likes to say, championship culture. It's so important. And Patty Gasso, year in and year out, instills that. She's kept that culture. And just like you said, players she brings in are low ego, selfless players that only care to do what the team wants to win. And the perfect example is Grace Green. She may have never got on the field or anything, but she was still able to really be just such a great leader in the locker room, a selfless player. And that's what really builds great championship teams, is having those players on your team that maybe don't play, but their impact is felt in the locker room. And just like I said, football, it was Justin Broyles. Truly, if you want to have a championship team, you have to have selfless guys. And I don't think we can say, Jeremy Braden, how important that is to have this championship culture. And that's what's going to take OU far year in and year out.
Yep.
And the fact that they are unbelievably deep. Every podcast we have, guys, we fail to mention people like Grace Lyons, Kenzie Hansen. She's back next year. I mean, she was not on the senior night, and so she's going to use her super senior year next year to be back.
Riley Boone.
Hey, who are all the transfers that came in this year? Starocco?
Lee, Torres,
and Sanders.
Okay, I mean, look at those. Those aren't just members. They're high contributors, 3 of the 4 of those.
Yeah.
They stepped right in and are playing a lot and are valuable, very valuable to the team. So she knows what she needs to get, and she gets them. And she's able to work it into what she already has here. The consistency in the staff, the consistency in everything is again unbelievable. We can't really say much more than that. What else, Braden?
Wow. The fan base. Wow.
I agree. The fan.
Yeah.
They're going to show up. It doesn't matter where it's at.
We need a game at Memorial Stadium. Sooner fans, this is the first place you're going to see this. If you see this podcast, this is for Joseph Harris, Josie, whoever. Put a softball game in Memorial Stadium. All right, let's get this out, Sooner Nation. Let's make it happen. Let's sell it out.
For sure.
But until then, Tuesday night, they are going to be in Tulsa in our backyard. They are rescheduling that game.
Unfortunately, it's
sold
out.
Hey guys,
Imagine
Huh?
should we talk Bedlam?
it's coming up.
I
Is
say let's.
it this next weekend?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
And did you hear Patty Gasso's quote? Patty
Oh.
Gasso said, basically, I'll paraphrase it, but it was about senior night, and she said something to the effect of, "That's over, but these girls know there's a whole lot more. Starts next weekend on the road."
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you. I think we may see OU's put up 20 runs on Oklahoma State.
I look for 3 shutouts.
I'm gonna look for a game where I think it's gonna be game 1 where OU is just gonna come out absolutely blow the doors open. You're just gonna see home run after energy play, whether that's a stolen base, a single, maybe somehow getting out of a situation in a base running error that someone could have made. They're gonna
loaded walk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oklahoma State, as OU calls them, that's our little brother. They don't know what's coming for them. And in softball terms, they're the little sister.
Yeah.
They don't know what's coming for them.
They do know. They do know, Jackson. Everyone knows.
God.
This is like the Beatles World Tour.
Yeah.
No one is going to be oblivious to what's getting ready to happen.
Yeah.
Okay? It's just you can't get off the tracks quick enough. The train's coming, and you can't escape it. You got to face it. And we've said this time and time again. I think this team is better than last year. It's not even. I'm going to say that again. The pitching is way deeper than last year. They got 3 girls who can bring it. And I don't think the bats are far off from last year. They actually may be better because they got so many girls that are a year more down the road as far as discipline. Like today, a bases loaded walk. Hey, these girls don't just get up there and swing at anything. They're so disciplined. They're so well coached. They don't make mistakes. And if they do, it's like the error that was made. It's once in a blue moon that they make mistakes at the plate and in the field and off the field. You never see anything. Now, I will bring up what was the girl that transferred out of here? Donahue?
Yeah. Oh, Donahue, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she probably did not fit. I don't really want to get into that, but, some things with this culture. But they are just, you name it, they got it, and they're going to continue to bring it, and it's going to be exciting to watch. The Big 12 championship coming up and the World Series coming up.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
I'm calling 3 run rule games in Bedlam.
I'm not going to go that far, Braden. I am going to say 3 shutouts, but I think there could be a low-scoring game if Maxwell goes.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm going to bring out my J, and I'm going to act like Jay. Well, you see, I do think that Oklahoma, they can go undefeated, but I don't think they will because it's so hard for any team to go undefeated through after they lose. It's really just going to be so hard for Oklahoma to go undefeated. That's what Jay would say.
Hey, what is it comparable to, though, in sports?
I mean, hey, I would compare it to the 2016 Golden State Warrior or whenever they went 73-9. Even though that team didn't win the championship, I do think OU will win the championship. But it's just a team that is just really impossible to beat almost.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not comparing it to maybe a team in general, but when you talk about the masterful performance that you continue to see, that you expect to see greatness and they deliver every time, I'm going to compare it to Tiger Woods in his prime. Because you would turn on golf when Tiger Woods was in the prime, and you would say, "There's no way he's going to do more than he's already done. There's no way he's going to win on. Surely he's going to miss this putt coming. There's no way." And he would always come through and deliver. That's what this team does. You're shocked. You're actually flabbergasted. You're floored if they make a mistake, and that's the way it was when he was in his prime. You just couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it really is.
Hey, guys, Jack.
Yeah.
What did you think about Erickson playing right field?
Speaks to position versatility that Oklahoma has, and almost anyone can play anywhere. I think that's pretty much true. And also, guys, are we maybe considering a little bit of a maybe trip down to the college softball World Series? Me, you, and Braden, Jeremy.
For
Maybe
sure. We've already talked about it. Yeah, Big 12 or Hall of Fame Stadium for the Big 12 or maybe World Series. We don't know. We're talking about that.
we could do a live pod.
For sure.
Oh,
after the game.
wait, what?
What?
Going
What?
to a game, man.
Yeah, and do a live pod after the game.
At the World Series?
Yeah,
Possibly.
Oh, that would be
Make
sick.
it happen.
let's do it.
Hey,
Hey,
actually, you can get your favorite hottie person,
Who?
Jordy Ball.
Dude, we need to get a softball player on the podcast, guys.
Well,
hey, yeah, hey, we will. We'll get one.
Yeah, sure.
I think that about wraps it up here, guys. Listen, we do thank you guys. We have a whole lot of softball listeners that are and followers that are subscribed to this channel. And we've said this before. We cover OU sports specifically, and softball is a monster at OU, and deservedly so. The following for OU softball is huge. We appreciate you guys that listen in on these pods, that comments. We've had several comments on the softball pods, that you guys giving your feedback and opinions on the team, and we love that. We'd love to see even more of that. But again, thanks for following us. And if you haven't subscribed, please go subscribe, and also check out Surge Sports Network, where you will see many articles as well on softball and OU baseball and other sports. So again, thank you. And until next weekend for Bedlam, Boomer.
Boomer.
Boomer.